Alright guys, welcome back to Hand of Fate 2. It's time for our weekly stream where we do one chapter of this game. Last time was chapter 16. No, last time was chapter 15. This week is chapter 16. And let's see, last time we went through Temperance Switch. The objective of that chapter was to preserve food, give it to people if they asked for it, try not to starve to death, and then fight a dude at the end. It was honestly one of the less involved chapters we've had so far, and I don't know whether it was just the luck of what we draw or the fact that we just didn't die from starving, but it seems like we got through most every challenge without having to really do anything. So here's hoping this next chapter will be a little more challenging. So let's get into it. Alright, next we have the Devil. Devil. 4 lives hang in the balance as a mysterious stranger offers help for a price. Okay, we don't have any details this time. We have Chance. Be prepared for Chance card games, which we're notoriously bad at. Not gonna lie, we're pretty bad at those. And Empire. Prepare for combat against the Empire. Well, we've got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of gear that's good against the Empire, so we're good there. Looks like we don't get a companion this round, actually. It's locked off, so we're gonna have to deal with that. As always, whenever we start these chapters, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the recommend button, fill it in, and we're gonna customize from there to see, you know, what we want to change. So let's go to our encounters. What do we got? Okay, we have a new platinum card there that we haven't figured out what it does yet, so I'm going to leave that in just so we can see what it does. I've got Man-Eating Tree, which gains max life, loses equipment. I'm not really fond of that card. I'm probably going to take that out for something else after I see what else is in here. We've got Soothsayer, who is kind of a hit or miss card. You can either gain or lose. Not really fond of these suggestions so far. Trading House is always fairly solid, although I think the general store is better, in my opinion, because more often than not when we come across the Trading House, I don't really have anything to trade away. Spider Trap, which was pretty good last time. Good opportunity for stuff here. And we also haven't completed the token challenge for you, so I want to leave that in. Interception, which we don't know what that does. So again, we're going to leave that in so we can find out. But I'm going to get rid of Trading House and Man-Eating Tree. Let's get some other stuff in here. Fabled Beast, we don't know what that does. Mystery Chest. I do like Mystery Chests. Let's find out what that one does. And let's grab something that we know is good. Wow, we have a lot of silver cards now. Silver, platinum, whichever it is. We've actually got a lot of cards now. That one was pretty good. Fallen Treasure is usually pretty solid for picking up gear early on. I don't want to spend too long on this. Illicit Trade was pretty good for picking up gear as well. Palace Armory if you have Fame, but if you pick it earlier it's bad. Jeez, we have so many cards now. It's getting hard to go through all this stuff. Okay, let's just go with our standby of, where is it? Fallen Treasure.
I guess that card is one of your favorites. I don't see the appeal.
I knew he'd have a comment on it. You see the appeal because it's basically free gear, dude. Come on. Alright, let's move on to the equipment. What do they want us to take this time? We got Imperial Armor. Adds max life and less shuffling. Okay, I'm for the less shuffling, that's good. Frontier Barvet is just playing good against the Empire. Kind of. Mask of Fortunes is incredibly important for this challenge since it lights up a failure card. I don't really use artifacts, so I'm going to take that out. Ring of Defense, we don't have that yet, so let's find out what it does. Dazzling Blade is by far our best weapon we've gotten so far for the Empire. So that's staying in for sure. We don't have a shield in here. I don't like that it would suggest a one-handed weapon without giving us a shield. So let's go find the best shield we can take for the Empire here. That's for Undead. This one's just flat defense. That's for selling. That's for against Northerners. That's thief resistance. More max life on that one. Eat less and shield reflect. Map reveal and shield reflect. With better defense. That one might be our best bet. If we're gonna fight Empire, there's a good chance we'll be up against the Musketeer guys, and being able to reflect their shots is pretty nice. So tentatively going with Ward of the Innocent there. The other option would be just the Broad Shield for straight defense. Let's go with the Ward of the Innocent. Yeah. As far as weapons go, like I said, we've already got the best sword for fighting the Empire. Or at least the best one we've found so far. So we don't need any other weapons in here. I kind of want to note those two, but we'll save that for another time. We got all kinds of artifacts and shit that I don't really use. So many bombs and potions and stuff, it's just like, whatever. Don't like that one. Champion's Plate Mail, we don't know what that one does yet. Jousting Armor is good for Pendulum. We also don't know what that... We got a lot of helmets, we haven't unlocked what they do yet. Maybe we should take one this time, because this one doesn't particularly give us bonuses that we really need. Let's see what Gladiator's Visage does for us. Yeah, we don't have much room for customizing this round because we only have 6. Normally we have more like 10 slots, so I think this might be a pretty short chapter. Alright, let's go with what we got here. We'll... Ah, shit. I hit the wrong button. We didn't get to customize our supplies, but oh well. We'll just go with what we got.
They have their own goals and their own needs. Yet their stories have ended, or they would be here by your side, would they not?
Alright, let's get this started. Ominous news. You arrive at a tavern one evening, anxious to settle beside a roaring fire with your companions. As you enter, however, you're surprised to find no familiar faces. After a meal and several hours of waiting alone, a priest rushes in. Your friend Ariadne lies stricken at our temple. Oh no, not Ariadne. You arrive at the temple to find Ariadne lying on a simple bed, attended to by a church official. He explains that she has been stricken with dark magic that is slowly draining her life. Fuck. Somehow, this malady resists our attempts at curing, the official says sadly. It's as if her very soul were poisoned. I'm sorry, her time is limited. The official leaves, shaking his head. It is not my place to say, but perhaps there are other places you may seek help. In my work helping Northerner refugees, I've heard tales of their high priestess, a mystic of sorts who moves freely between the realm of men and the world beyond. If anyone could help your friend, it would be her. Going straight to shamans, that's never a good idea. You know that the Northerner priestess will not see you unless you possess enough blessings, but you have few options. With the young cleric's help, you ready Ariadne for transport and leave the temple. Okay, so that's where we're headed. Alright, so let's take a step. Oh, our very first card, we picked this platinum card. Hope it's something good. For anyone that's new to the stream, this game does have Twitch integration. As you can see in the chat, you can vote for gift options, and it will give whatever the popular vote is to me at the end of 8 steps, which you can see the counter up at the top there. These blessings can either help or hinder. It's kind of up to y'all, whether you want to make it harder for me or easier. Let's see. Not sure if anyone's actually in the chat right now, so I don't normally game these results, but if there's nobody in there, I'll at least vote for one for myself. So, we'll go for that food blessing. That didn't seem to go through. Hello? Oh, there it goes. It was just delayed.
I could not be more pleased to train you. You have every skill Callus lacked. Patience, delicacy, tact,
That's
skill.
the biggest compliment he's ever given us. I didn't get a chance to read that card because I accidentally clicked back on. Oh well. St. Talis Day. You had stream had time to read it. You find the flustered priestess at the church, dealing with a huge crowd of peasants and nobles alike. You join the line. Elbows are thrown and harsh words are exchanged, but you finally make it to the front. What blessings do you require? Quick, quick. I've not got all day. Pick 2. Oh, okay, so we get to pick 2 blessings right off the bat, I guess. We got good health. Yeah, put that to vote as well. Good health, wealth, good harvest, glory, luck, or request any blessing. So we got HP, money, food for the first 3 obvious ones. Glory will probably be fame, and luck I have no idea what that would be. I wonder if there's any benefit to requesting any, or if it just randomizes it. We need 4 blessings for the challenge over there at the top right, so it's good that we got this card early. So we're gonna get 2 here. I kind of want to know what the luck one gives, so I'm gonna pick that first. Alright, I like that. +1 to each of your dice during the dice gambit. That's very helpful. Although I don't know how much dice gambits we're going to come across in this chapter. It's never a bad one to have. You may only be blessed for wealth once, the priestess calls out. Collective noise of complaint from the crowd. Okay, so we can't ask for luck again, even though she said wealth. What do we need? Well, we've got our... It's hard to know what we need right now because we've literally just taken 1 step into this map. So, I'm gonna request any, I think. I'm gonna leave it up to the RNG. Ooh. That's gonna help us if there's a lot of card gambits this chapter. Retry any chance cards gambit. Fuck yes. It doesn't say that it discards the blessing after it either, so we might even be able to reuse that. Next, the priestess shouts. A baby is thrust in her face and somebody impatiently pulls you from the line. Cool.
Given
Good start.
times are so dark, you are lucky to have allies willing to assist.
Surprise introduction. You're walking past a black, plain-looking carriage when the door suddenly opens and a huge pair of hands lift you inside. Oh, hello. Hey, Ro. What up? Welcome to the stream. The carriage leaps forward as the doors shut, and you find yourself sprawled on a seat opposite a huge, powerfully built, but unusually ugly man. Just unusually. Oh, he is just the ugliest thing you've ever seen. Lord Apollyon requests your presence, the half-ogre declares. Oh, he's a half-ogre. Okay. Somebody was pretty desperate. I don't know which side of his parents the half comes from, but okay. To each their own. The creature is silent the rest of the journey until you arrive at an impressive manor house. You exit the carriage and are brought into a large hall for an audience with Lord Apollyon. Ah, the great adventurer himself, Apollyon begins, smiling broadly and stepping forward to greet you. He bows slightly. Demand to know why you were summoned, or greet him graciously. Well, okay, let's not be rude. Like, hi, how's it going? I have heard of your exploits. I, too, am but a servant of the Empire and its people. I'd like to offer my services if you ever have need of them. I don't presume to wield a sword or dodge a claw troll as well as you, of course, but I do try to support good people with supplies and such, especially heroic fighting figures such as yourself. I like free shit. Apollyon invites you to stay and entertain him with stories of your adventures so far. He seems captivated by every word, and several hours pass quickly. Weren't we in a hurry? Isn't our companion dying? You lead an incredible life. I hope you return again soon with more enchanting tales. Apollyon takes an item from many adorning the walls, saying, "Please accept this paltry gift. Perhaps it will help you rescue your friend." The one that's, just lying over there dying as we spend hours talking about good times.
I'm sure you will find your own arenas to put this to work.
Okay, cool. So, this is our new helmet that we put into our deck. And it gives us, draw 1 food gain card after any combat in which you take less than 15 damage. Okay, I like that. And Blessed, the first time you complete a combat unharmed, add a blessing to the map. Hell yeah, I love this helmet. It's fucking great. There's no downsides. Unless I just derp out and get my ass kicked every fight after I get it. That's freaking great. Allow my coachman to take you back, and please come visit again anytime. Lord Apollyon. Cool. So he's back on the map. So we can go see him again, I guess. Either that or it's... Okay, it's already grayed out, so it's counting that as already done. So let's check our inventory. I don't want that hammer on. Get that shit out of here. Oh, wait. Worker's hammer. I guess they put that in our deck, because we didn't get to customize their supplies. What is the challenge on this? Bash 40 Empire enemies as they block to unlock this token. Well, that sounds pretty easy. Maybe, alright. Alright. I don't normally like the 200 weapons, but we'll dick around with it for a little bit, just because that's way better than any of our starting gears. I mean, look at that. 23 attack. Hell yeah. And it also deals full damage to enemies regardless of defense. Hell yeah. This is very good for a starter weapon, honestly. Yep, but we can't riposte with 200 weapons. That's the downside. We have the leather armor starter, so we have a bit of defense. We have our gladiator's visage on, so we gotta do some fights with no damage. Let's go.
Once I viewed the role of fortune teller with contempt. Since my recovery, I have needed to pose as one at times in order to make a living. Now that I understand them far better, I loathe them even more.
Is that so? Soothsayer, you're about to embark on a quest for the mayor of a small town when a young, strangely dressed woman shouts to you, "Beware, stranger, for I have seen your future, and danger awaits. For but a few coins, I can tell you of your coming misfortunes." Okay, so the way this card works, we've gotten it like once or twice before, is you can pay some money, and she'll tell you exactly how this quest, quote, air quote, quest, is going to play out, because you don't actually go do it. And then you can choose whether to actually go on it or not. And for only 4 gold, yeah, sure. Tell me about it. You hand over the coins and they vanish into the woman's robes. She focuses on you, thinking for a moment, before suddenly exclaiming, "The Dark One seems to claim you. Your soul is forfeit." The woman, I don't know what voice I'm doing there, it's whatever. The woman flees in terror and you leave the village, disturbed by her outburst. Okay.
I do loathe fortune tellers, but there can be little question that she sees truth in you.
That didn't help us at all. That's not how that card's supposed to go. It's supposed to tell you... Okay, whatever. And we just lost 4 gold for nothing. Okay. We need to check our camp and see what's for sale. Alright, trade. Let's see. What equipment is for sale? The Imperial Armor, which we don't have nearly enough gold for, of course. We don't need any food just yet, so let's just finish up. Keep in mind that that armor's there.
Devils
Oh,
wait in the darkness, but which devil will you focus on?
That's interesting that that would pop out just after leaving my camp. As you pass near a darkened alleyway one evening, a blackened and misshapen hand grabs you, pulling you close to the darkness. You stand at the precipice of ruin. The Dark Lord has taken an interest in your destiny and even now is engineering your downfall. Is this because of the soothsayer earlier? The hunched creature pulls you with surprising strength further into the shadows. But I can help. There is magic that can help you beat him at his own game. We can craft it, you and I. Doing so may test your spirit, but that's better than eternal darkness, eh? He looks up at you, his yellow eyes glowing faintly. Do not fall to despair. We will meet again soon. Okay, I guess that's just more setting up for later. Let's go.
You must ponder the ties that begin to bind. The trap is slowly laid for you.
The High Priestess. You cross the northern border and prepare yourself for the long journey up Mount Freitas. You're surprised, however, to find a band of northern warriors waiting for you. The High Priestess is expecting you, the leader of the band declares. Wait, he says, stopping to peer at you intently. Her shadowness, Queen of Frost, cannot abide the presence of the impure. You cannot enter the ritual house without sufficient sacred blessings. You require 2 more blessings. Okay.
You have to wonder why anyone would help you. At least my motives are clear.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we could go onto this card or not. I was like, well, we don't really have any other encounters here to get more blessings. What are we going to do? You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. How goes your quest to I already forgot what voice I gave to say. How goes your quest to save Ariadne? Lord Apollyon asks. Explain that you lack the blessings required to visit the High Priestess, or say that you have the blessings. Well, we don't have them, so... Hey, man, you got any blessings lying around? Perhaps I could be of some assistance. I must confess that I have a weakness for games of chance. Apollyon leads you to a table in another room. A set of cards is already set out upon it. Oh boy, here we go with the cards. If you win, then I will provide the blessings you require. Because those are just things you can hand out, you know. Apollyon nods as he adds... Yes, I have the means. You'd be surprised what magical trinkets end up in my possession as part of my work. What the hell is your work? If I win, then, you must pose with me for my next portrait. It will be titled Champions of the Empire. Perhaps I shall have a statue of us made as well. I've had worse penalties for losing gambits in this game. He gestures for you to sit. I'll even stack the deck in your favor. After all, I enjoy the excitement of the game and care little for actually winning. Let's do it. I'm sure you'll do well. Alright, we got 3 successes and 1 failure. Very easy single shuffle here. I'm leaning towards number 4. I don't know if you're planning to vote this time or not, Ro, so I'll give you a second for the stream delay to show up. I'm leaning towards number 4, I believe. I tried to follow the failure card, but it shuffled to the back, so I'm not really positive where it is. We have a 3 out of 4 chance of success here. And we also have the helmet that'll let us redo it if we fail. No votes? Alright, I'm gonna go with my gut then. Success. Confirm. We do not want to redraw. Continue, please. Well done. Apollyon claps in appreciation. I think you've played this game before. Yeah, we have. He gestures to a darkly robed man, who you failed to notice was standing in a shadowed corner. The man comes to stand before you, his deep voice slowly intoning words in a foreign tongue. My associate is a follower of an ancient religion that you may or may not be familiar with, but rest assured that his devotion is second to none. As you sit through the lengthy ritual, you feel yourself drifting in and out of consciousness, whether from the droning voice or the potent incense being burned, you cannot say. What do... Okay. Steady heart. Huge failure is considered regular failure in precision gambits. Well, that's cool, I guess. Nice little fail-safe blessing. Oh, we got 2. Allies return. Revive your companion at the beginning of each new map. Well, we're kind of on our own for this chapter, so that's not useful to us. But hey, we got our 4 blessings at least, and hey, I guess we get a 5th one. Reduce the speed of wheel gambits. Sure. Why not? Oh, we get 4, I guess. I guess this encounter was banking on if you hadn't actually gotten lucky and drawn any blessings before you got to him. So we got 4 whole blessings from this. This time we got bonus reroll. After all your rerolls in a dice gambit, reroll your lowest dice. Hell yeah, we are set on dice this chapter. Too bad this is a card gambit chapter, but you know, whatever. You suddenly awake, Apollyon watching you with a mild amusement from across the table. I expect you'll want to begin your journey to the High Priestess immediately. I sincerely hope your friend makes a full recovery. Hell yeah, we got 6 blessings. Let's do this. You cross the northern border and prepare yourself for the long journey. We already read this, yada yada. Okay. With their guidance and protection, you quickly find yourself once more in the ritual house of Esmaranthia. Yeah, there we go. Gain 4 fame. I know why you have come, the giantess begins, moving to inspect Ariadne. She quickly sneers, saying, It is no wonder your holy people cannot heal her. There is no minor curse or spell from a magician. A beast of the underworld has tainted your friend's spirit, and without my help, she will die. Esmaranthia pauses to consider you, her gaze boring into your soul. I think your fate will be to one day destroy the one who brings ruin to my people. Until then, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, yes? Okay. The Queen of Frost sends you to another room as she prepares a ritual. Many hours later, you are summoned again. You find the Queen standing over Ariadne, who, apart from being famished, appears completely fully recovered. Oh, cool. Leave when you are ready, Esmaranthia declares, turning to leave. But heed my warning, hero. A shadow hangs over your soul. Stray but a little, and you will fail to the ruin of us all. Hey, we got our companion back. We didn't get to choose our companion at all, so I guess it was just had to be her. Malaclypse told me... Oh, Malaclypse. Fuck that guy. Malaclypse told me he was going to the village of Rumstock to investigate a rumor of a magical artifact, Ariadne explains as you leave the ritual house. I was to meet him there some days ago. So I guess that's where we're gonna head down then.
I cannot understand how you come to be here now, given the challenges that have stood before you.
Because we're a boss. Shadow over Rumstock. As you journey towards Rumstock, you're disquieted by an increasing number of rumors concerning the village. It seems that every traveler coming from that direction has heard of terrible ritualistic murders being performed in the woods nearby. It's normal fare. It's just how they are in the spring. The rumors also suggest the mage responsible has been captured. Well, okay, well that's good. Ah, shit. Disguised himself as a bard, one fellow declares. I saw him with my own eyes, and he has the look of a killer. It's fucking Malaclypse. Don't worry, continues the man. There will be justice served for these poor souls when the necromancer burns at the stake. He's not a necromancer, he's just a... Alright, well, we have our objective lined out for us, but, you know, let's hit our other cards first. Oh yeah, fallen treasure. Give me that armor for free. Yeah.
Consider your actions carefully.
No fame yet, though.
Worthy.
So we can't equip it just yet, but we'll be able to soon enough. Alright, we gotta pass this easy-ass gambit.
Patience. Do not move too quickly,
Ooh.
for haste
Or so I
means
say.
only failure.
I did it a little bit too early. Well, I guess we get to finally find out what happens when we fail this gambit, as we've pulled it like 10 or 15 times now this first time we failed it. You discover firsthand why the Claw Trolls are so named, as the cubs surround you in a frenzy. Ow! I kind of wanted to actually fight them, but, you know, whatever. Hey, we got some food. Okay, this guy's back. You're camped on the side of the road one moonless night when a familiar pair of yellow eyes suddenly appears beyond the light of the campfire. You have glimpsed your doom, I take it. The curse is in the cards, you know. He limps from the shadows to sit next to you, although somehow the fire fails to illuminate his form at all. The spell that will be your salvation requires several unique ingredients. The first task will be to harvest the horn of a diabolic creature. I know of one that will be easy to overcome, he says, producing a silver whistle from his cloak. Strike quickly enough, or it may escape, and you will spend countless lifetimes regretting it. The whistle releases a sharp note, and a fiery portal appears between the two of you. A short, horned creature steps out as the portal closes again. Hey, fellow Theophilus, you called? The devil asks, looking up at him. The child-sized creature seems oblivious to your presence for the moment. strike from behind, or ask him for his horn. Hey man, can you give me that horn? Well, not really sure what the right choice here is. So dude's like, hey, you gotta fucking hit this guy before he runs off, but why do I kind of feel like the obvious choice is the wrong one here? Although he seems friendly with the dude that summoned him, so maybe we aren't supposed to kill him? You know? What do you think, bro? Should we kill him or just ask him to fucking cut off his own horn for us? I really wish there wasn't such a stream delay. No opinion. Alright. Well. You know what? Let's just attack him. They did very pointedly put out that we'll regret it if we let him get away, so. Here goes. Alright, with a mighty blow to the head, you knock the devil unconscious. Okay, so we didn't kill him. Soon, you have removed one of the beast's horns and handed it to Theophilus. Theophilus, yeah, that sounds right. He places it in a sack made from the same dark material as his cloak. That will do for the first element. I must immediately prepare it, Theophilus says, turning to leave. He regards the limp form of the hellspawn. Do not be here when it wakes up, mortal. It will be angry, and you have not the means to kill it. Really? I can't take that thing out? I mean, I knocked it unconscious easy enough. Whatever, we'll peace out. Hey, general store. What you got? Aw, man, don't quite have enough for the mask. Or the shield. Do we have anything we want to sell? We don't need that helmet since we got the good one. Let's get rid of that shit. And we don't need the leather armor now that we got, we haven't equipped this yet because we don't have the fame for it, but we're not really hurting for defense here. Okay. Let's buy. Do I want the shield or do I want the mask? I want the mask. Avoiding that card. Oh, I need 12 fame until I can use that. And I'm using the hammer for now, so I don't need the shield yet. Let's just grab the helm for later. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a little bit of food while we're here. Thanks, Ro. Alright, we are done here. Let's see what is on the next card. Oh, it's Lord Apollyon again. Hey, buddy. You can give me more free shit? You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. How's it going? You say that another of your friends is in peril, Lord Apollyon remarks. How fascinating. You relate some detail as to Malaclypse's situation. We live in dangerous times indeed, Apollyon says, shaking his head. Do you have a plan to save Malaclypse? You explain that you have not yet visited the village of Rumstock to assess the situation. I expect you'll want to travel there immediately in order to save your friend. Would you like transport there? Sure. We already hit all the other cards on the map. Why not? My butler will show you to the stables, Apollyon says, summoning him with a small bell. Take Bluetail. She's the fastest. This dude is... I don't know if this is all trying to lead me to something, but this encounter seems to be making this chapter very easy. And it's not one we put in our deck either. This is part of the story. Lord Apollyon's stables turn out to house an extensive array of animals. You are helped onto Bluetail's back, and the griffin rises into the air. Fuck yeah, I want to keep that.
So the noose begins to tighten, and we question the very stakes.
You arrive on the outskirts of the village of Rumstock, where Malaclypse is being held captive. Alright, let's approach the village. A wooden stake with brushwood piled around it stands in the village center. A few peasants stand around, talking eagerly about the impending doom of the so-called necromancer. You track down the town mayor who, despite your pleas, refuses to consider sparing the mage's life. The creature is bound head to toe in blessed iron, and he'll stay that way until burning under a full moon. Good, decent folk from this town have been murdered, and I will see to it that they receive justice. Plead Malaclypse's innocence. And who are you that we should listen? The mayor exclaims. It will take more than the word of a nameless mercenary to free this creature of darkness. I feel like we need to boost our fame then. I think we gotta go back to Lord Apollyon, because it didn't move us on to the next level. How goes your quest? Confess that you cannot convince the village Rumstock to free him. Rumstock? I thought it was Rumstock. Have I been saying it wrong the whole time, or is this a typo? Those dreadful peasants in the provinces can be savage folk, Apollyon declares, but I have a solution, if you will but play the cards once more. Hell yeah, we got them cards. If you win, then I will use my considerable influences to spread word of your great deeds in service to the people. Bards will sing your praises across the empire. I thought they already were. We gotta go kill those freaking bards. I paid them good money. The rabble love nothing more than a hero, a real defender of the people, Apollyon explains. If it helps, I'll even have my personal herald accompany you. Your needs are more particular in this case, so I must insist that you up your ante. If you win, If I win, you must stay and entertain my guests with tales of your adventures. I'm starting to feel like maybe we should be declining his requests sometimes. Or his offers. I feel like this is going to come back and bite us maybe. But we can't really progress, so. What do say? Okay, that one's definitely a typo. Does the prospect of winning another winning hand entice you? Hell yeah, let's do this. That's the spirit. Alright. Ariadne offers to help. I forgot she has a card gambit ability. Sure, help out. That gives us an extra success. Okay. That one stayed on top the whole time, so I know that number one's the good card. Bam! Easy peasy. Another win! Apollyon exclaims. You're adept at both combat and the finer arts. Of watching you not shuffle the cards properly. Yeah, that's a fine art. I shall make plans with my associates tonight to support your cause, Apollyon declares. By the time you reach Rumstock... See, I knew that was a typo earlier. It's not Rumstock. Your name will be legend. Bam! 40 fame right off the bat.
Proven yourself worthy.
Hell yeah. We get that Imperial armor now. And our Mask of Holy Fortunes. Put that on. Oh, actually, no, wait, hang on. We have the Gladiator's Visage on right now, which we haven't activated its abilities yet. So we've yet to get into frickin' combat this chapter. So I'm gonna leave it on for now. And I'll swap to the mask if we know we're about to head to Lord Apollyon again, since all the card gambits seem to be with him. So we're not gonna put it on yet. Your fame in the region grows. Gain 36 fame. Cool. Ow. Thanks, Fro. Thanks for that. Alright, okay, so let's move on to the next. As you approach, a woman tending her garden spots you. She sends her child to fetch the mayor, and minutes later a throng of other villagers approach, led by a balding man. Look! The hero of the empire is in our village! You're here for the demon, of course, the mayor says as he approaches. You must have heard that we captured it ourselves. Did you forget our conversation before this? The peasants all cheer. Don't worry, the mayor continues. We intend to burn it during the full moon. He asks the mayor to take you to Malaclypse, who you find sitting in a small cell bound in silver chains set with glowing runes. With some effort, you manage to convince the mayor to release him into your custody for proper disposal. More fame. I'm sure you know best when it comes to creatures of the underworld, the mayor says. But we have the fire planned, and everybody is coming. Perhaps you could stay just until the full moon? He asks hopefully, as you lead Malaclypse away. At the edge of the village, the mayor reluctantly removes Malaclypse's chains and stands well back as you leave. Thanks, Malaclypse says. I don't think I ever gave him a voice. Those country folk weren't kidding around. I need a real, dick-ass voice for him, because he's a total dick. We haven't brought him along in any chapters recently, but he's still a dick. He goes on to relate how he was set upon as he entered the village, being accused for some local murders involving magic. It sure seemed that they knew I was coming, and where did they get those anti-magic chains from? You fill Malaclypse in on what happened to Ariadne. What about Estrella and Kolbjorn, he asks, as you begin your journey back towards the capital. Well, we gotta go save them too, I guess. Allies return.
So many enemies await you, and so many would stop you moving forward.
Ransom. And the next day you stop to rest at a small inn. There are a few other patrons as you consume a sparse meal before retiring to your room. Moments later you hear a noise at the window. It suddenly opens, allowing a hooded stranger to slip inside. Lock your windows! Relax your sword arm, mercenaries, the woman exclaims, warding you away with an open hand. I seek only to deliver a message that your colleague, Kolbjorn, has been acquired by the guild. You see, with recent setbacks to our income potential, we've had to expand our enterprise with kidnapping and so on. An rival tribe has an impressive bounty on your friend's head. It's all just business. For only 150 gold, you can buy your friend's life back. Bring the gold to the East Market Square and someone will contact you. Man, we've never had 150 gold in any chapter up till now. We're gonna have to rely on that goddamn dude again. I know this is gonna end badly at this point. Otherwise, well, I can't say how he'll be treated by those barbarians, the cloaked woman says as she ducks back out the window, vanishing into the darkness once more. Alright, so we're headed over there to the marketplace. Can we get into a frickin' combat already? I mean, I want to bash some skulls here.
Good luck taking this token from me.
Alright, spider trap. Looking to avoid trouble with a local gang of thieves, you duck into an abandoned warehouse. Creeping among the broken crates and smashed furniture, you suddenly sense movement above you. An enormous spider hangs among the dusty rafters of the building, attending to the still form of a hapless adventurer wrapped in silken web. As you watch, the terrible creature finishes its gruesome meal and, fully fed, retreats into the deeper shadows. Ooh, he's got that good sword on him. You climb up onto the sturdy ceiling beam and work your way toward the silent and still cocoon. The dealer draws an equipment card with a faction trait. Alright.
I'm not a vain man. You must appreciate.
He's got to go on his monologue here about this.
This game has been my focus for more years than I can count. I have a certain pride regarding its twists and turns.
Okay, so we do have that one blessing making the wheel move slower, so this shouldn't be too bad, but I bet I'll still fuck it up. But here goes. No! Nudge one more to the right, you fuck. I did it just a bit too early.
Excellent. A wise decision.
No, it wasn't. I mean, we were out of gold, so it's nice, but we really wanted that sword. You cut down the remains of the hapless victim, only to find nothing more than some old boots and some gold pieces. The boots melt away before your eyes under the strength of the spider's caustic saliva, while the gold smokes and hisses until you clear it off with water. Yay. The gold is tarnished by the effects of the spider bile, but still usable. You decide as you scurry away from the infested warehouse. Man. So we didn't get the token, because we didn't get the weapon. That's a shame, too. It was moving slow and everything. If I just waited a split second longer, it would have flipped over to that one. Oh well. Moving on. Hey, it's this guy again. You sit resting next to a river one afternoon when Theophilus's dark form rises slowly from the water and limps towards you. He appears to be completely dry when he stops before you. Mortals often contemplate their own doomed existence in the light of the setting sun, but yours is more doomed than most. We should make some progress on your spell. Before we ask what's required of us, let's ask why he's helping. Ha! I have offered to help you with no mention of reward for myself. Of course you're suspicious of my intent. He stares into the distance for a moment before saying, I have my own reasons for seeing a poor, helpless soul escape the clutches of the Lord of Evil. The next step is normally as difficult to achieve as obtaining a devil horn, but luck is with us again. The agent of your downfall has provided us with exactly what we need. He gestures and your skin begins to glow. Oh, cool. We're light bright now. To possess so many blessings is rare for a mortal. I shall add their power to the mix. Oh yeah, we do have like 6 blessings right now. Theophilus opens a small vial toward you, and with a sickening tug, you feel some part of you torn away. No, don't take my blessings. Ah. Well, which one are we going to get rid of? No, definitely not that one. That one's a good one. No. Let's get rid of that one. I don't think we need that. Oh, more than one? You kidding me? Alright, well, Get rid of that one then. Really? You want to take more than 2 blessings? Are you kidding me? Alright, how about that one? You satisfied? Okay. This will do nicely, Theophilus says with satisfaction as he seals the urn. Never lose hope, mortal, he calls as he returns to the river. The Dark One may still lose his prize yet. We lost 3 freaking blessings for that. So.
Your supplies are running low. Make your choices carefully.
Yeah, we're running low on food. You enter a tavern one evening just as a gang of soldiers rise angrily from a table, leaving just a well-dressed civilian seated. You cheating son of a harpy! One of them yells. Gentlemen, please. I cannot help it if Lady Luck has taken to me this fine evening. Nobody's that lucky, the soldier exclaims, drawing his sword. The other soldiers advance around the table. These are the worst soldiers. The unarmed man suddenly leaps from his chair and ducks behind you, saying, Mercenary, I implore you. I am a humble and honest merchant in need of aid. You're probably full of shit, but... Save me from this band of treacherous fiends, whom I have offended merely by playing fairly a number of games of chance, and I'll pay you with gold. Hey, that's our gold, Hansel, the soldiers cry. Defend him or get out of the way. Well, this is kind of one of those where I bet he was probably actually cheating, and if we get out of the way is probably the actual good choice here, but we haven't had any combat in a while. I want to smash some soldier skulls in. Let's defend him. I warned you, stranger. Hansel runs and hides behind the bench, his money bags clinking loudly as the battle begins. Also, we need gold to buy food. If it's not the correct choice, we'll do this again another time and get that token. Alright, we gotta get through this battle with no damage, and we'll get another blessing. This dumbass hammer. That is not a flattering helmet. There are subtle weapons, there are weapons for delicate and skilled hands, and then there's this. And with a big fucking hammer.
For me?
I'm trying to play it really safe and not get hit. Kind of just gonna let her take care of most of them. Bonk. Yeah, come over here. As soon as I get started on one of them, one of the other ones comes in. Splat. Alright, we played it much safer than we needed to there, but that's just because I really wanted to activate this helmet's passive. So we get 10 food for taking less than 15 damage. Is part of it. Having dealt with the threat of the vengeful soldiers, you turn to find Lucky Hansel still lying behind the bench, a northerner warrior crouched over him. You gain 2 fame. A man who cheats has no honor, the northerner says matter-of-factly, sheathing his knife and hefting the merchant's money bags. He will not cheat me again. The northerner moves to exit the tavern, gold in hand. Search Hansel or stop the northerner from escaping. So I guess he killed him. So we could either go after our gold or search him. I feel like there's a reason to search him, so we're going to try that. His wounds were clearly fatal, and you find nothing of particular value on him. There are no equipment cards with Gambit traits found in the deck. Aww. An Empire captain arrives with a dozen men, and, after some brief questioning, soon leaves to pursue the Northerner. You slip out the back before more soldiers arrive. Okay, so we got nothing of value out of that. And... yeah, let me look at this again. The first time you complete a combat unharmed, add a blessing to the map. Okay, it doesn't give it straight to me, it just adds it to the map. I didn't see anything get added to the map, though. Peculiar. Moving on. Hi, Lord Apollyon. You got some money for me? You say that another of your friends is in peril. How fascinating. You relate some detail as to Kelbrun's situation. We live in dangerous times indeed, Apollyon says, shaking his head. How goes your quest? I don't have the ransom gold, but I wonder what it says if I say I do have it. Oh, we're gonna have to keep taking his help because we can't do it. I'd like to help if I may, Apollyon says earnestly. Would you mind terribly indulging me in another little game? Okay, but before I do, switching my helmets. If you win, then I will give you the required gold to pay the ransom for your friend. No need to repay it, no strings attached. If I win, then shall we say that you owe me a day's service? Apollyon suggests. I have business interests in the Northern Hills that require some important deliveries. As you know, the land is still rife with Northern warriors, despite the Emperor's claims. How about it, adventurer? Kolgorn's life could be saved with the turn of a card. Let's accept it. Excellent. Let's begin. Alright. We have both the mask and Ariadne to help. We only have a 1 out of 4 chance here. If we use Ariadne's ability, we now have a 2 out of 5 chance. Alright, so we know that that one over there is a failure. Let's see. So we now have a 2 out of 4 chance of succeeding here. Give it a second to see if any of y'all want to vote on cards. Let's see who the hell's been pinging me. Okay. I'm thinking either 1 or 3, in my opinion. I think I'm going to go with 3 here. Okay, that was a failure, so we're going to redraw. Use our blessing here. Oh, it reshuffles them too? No, we failed. Luck is not with you today, it seems. Let's play again. If I win this round, then you must act as my personal bodyguard at the next Winter Solstice Festival. This one. No. Good draw. That one. Fuck. You still lack the funds to retrieve your friend. I shall gift you the gold, and perhaps one day you will be able to return the favor. Well, I guess he's going to give it to us anyways. With a gesture from Apollyon, a small humanoid creature brings over a chest of gold. Okay. I feel like we're going to have some repercussions for that, but I'm not really sure how this chapter's going, to be honest. I hope with that gold you get your friend back in one piece. Do visit again sometime and let me know how it went. And since no one has voted yet, I'm gonna put in a C there and give us some more gold. Alright, well, let's move on. Oops, went too far. And put our other helmet back on. Alright. I guess we got that blessing back.
Your allies, of course, help in times of trouble, but when the tables are turned...
East Marketplace. You find yourself in the eastern district of the capital, approaching the markets. The Thieves Guild would undoubtedly find you there and demand the ransom gold. Let's go to the markets. You enter into a wide courtyard filled with stalls and milling citizens. Within moments, you're roughly drawn into a shady corner, protected from prying eyes by a variety of hanging carpets. Hello again, the cloaked woman begins brightly, her two beefy companions silently taking position on either side of you. How did we go? Are we saving any lives today? Yeah, have some money. You hand over a sack of coins, which is promptly seized by one of the large men. Hope that wasn't too much trouble to get your hands on, the woman comments as the coins are counted. Yeah, man, I gotta, like, be this dude's bodyguard for a day or something. Yeah. Eventually, the man nods to the woman, and the two men leave, taking the gold. No hard feelings, hey? It's just business. The woman smiles, drawing up her cloak. Suddenly, she dashes away, vanishing behind a pile of rolled-up carpets. 2 more fame. Afraid that you might have just been hoodwinked, you wander back through the crowds in time to see Kolbjorn being thrown from a moving wagon. You paid them, he says, standing and brushing himself off. I owe you my life. Kolbjorn relates his tale of capture and confinement by the guild. Estrella wasn't with me when I was taken. I don't know what fate has befallen her. Next chapter.
One has to wonder why a sudden wave of carelessness has overtaken your allies.
High treason. A herald enters the marketplace and announces that Captain Estrella Fior, traitor to the Empire, has been captured. I like how each of the stages in this chapter have basically been miniature chapters on their own, each with their own objectives. She has been sentenced to death by the Emperor himself, the herald continues. Let her fate be an example to all who would consider defying his will. It won't work, interrupts a commoner. The more executions he hands out, the more the free people will rebel. The Emperor is cracking down on the lawlessness running rampant in this city, and you sound like a rebel yourself. Discreet inquiries lead you to learn that Estrella is being held in a remote Empire stronghold, but nobody claims knowledge of where it is. Somebody there. How will we ever rescue Estrella if we cannot even find her? Ariadne asks. Well, guess what? Who we're gonna go see? It's our answer to everything in this chapter. Maybe he's the devil.
I cannot see how alliances with the thieves of the Empire improve your situation. The enemy of your enemy is not always your ally.
They just said we were earlier in this chapter. Alright, so Interception. This is a new card we haven't pulled yet. You follow a trail of hearsay to an inn in the town of Alderos. The barkeep introduces himself as Hervey and says, Father Galfrey mentioned that you were a keen thief. That's not something you just tell people. So I have a lucrative proposition for you. A new reeve is to be elected. I have intercepted the leather and made an adjustment to include myself, the great Hervey of Alderos. All I'd like you to do is get this list into the messenger's hands without him noticing. He hands you a sealed scroll. When the messenger arrives, he rests his satchel on the stool beside him. Bump into him or drop all your gold for as a distraction. Alright, well I think that's going to make the better distraction, so we're going to have to go with it. Blank. You approach the messenger and drop the contents of your coin pouch on the floor. He gets off his stool and begins to help you gather your coins. Okay. This is a little difficult. It's a little fast. Hey, we got it.
That will set you in good stead from here.
While he is distracted, you use sleight of hand to slide the scroll into his satchel while thanking him profusely. Hey, we got our money back, cool. You ought to be more careful, says the messenger, handing you the remainder of your coins. The messenger finishes his drink and continues on his way. 4 more fame. Hervey gives you a nod and says, here's your payment, as promised. I'm going to make a great reeve. I think I'll build a statue first. No, great. Hey, 30 gold, hell yeah. 25 gold. Nice. Shit, with gold gains like that, we might have even been able to complete the objective last chapter without using the mayor. Or, he's not a mayor, but... Anyway, let's check our camp. We haven't checked it in a while to see if there's anything for sale we want. We got the Ward of the Innocent. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick that up, just so we can use our sword whenever we get it. And we'll buy a little food while we're here, just because we got the money. have anything we want to sell? Nope. I'm curious. No, we didn't complete the token here yet. We need to bash 40 empires as they block to unlock the token. So we need to do a lot of bashing next time we get in battle with them.
I cannot tell you how much pleasure it gives me that those frauds who pretend to power now fall under the threat of imperial justice.
I don't know what you're talking about. Mystery chest. That's another card we put in the deck. Step right up and marvel at the chest of many wonders, shouts a man draped in a colorful cloak. You there, warrior, he says, pointing in your direction. Pay to play, there's plenty to gain. What are the rules? I'm glad you ask. It's very simple, you see. You guess what's in the chest. If you're correct, you keep the contents and guess again. But if you guess wrong, it's game over. But why would you guess again if you already guessed correctly? Whatever. 4 gold. Let's try it. The man grabs the gold from you with a smile. Now, if you'd give me another 4 gold, I can give you a little hint. Have a guess then? Why don't you? So we can guess whether there's gold, food, healing potion, or a hint, or ask Ariadne to guess. Okay, let's pay for the hint first. You'll find no treasure to treat yourself to tulips in there. No treasure to treat yourself to tulips. Does that mean it's not gold? Oh, I can't ask Ariadne to guess now. Well, let's guess that it's food. You pray for food and reach into the darkness. Something lies at the bottom of the chest. You grab hold of it and extract what appears to be food. It might be edible. You gain 2 fame. 7 food, that's pretty nice. He looks at you with suspicion and coaxes, have another guess then, why don't you? With a flick of his cloak and the sound of the chest opening and closing, the game starts anew. Let's let Ariadne guess this time. Ariadne chuckles. I hope you draw out some ale. I'm getting thirsty. Oh. That was just her guessing, but not actually guessing. Alright, well, let's try a healing potion. Hey! Something lies at the bottom of the chest. You grab a hold of it and extract what appears to be life. You've grabbed life from this. Oh my god, I just wanted life. Too bad we didn't need any. Oh shit, no! I didn't. Well, okay. We got some gold. He looks at you with suspicion. Have another guess, why don't you? I wonder if this just keeps going. I don't actually have the option to not. What do you think, Ariadne? That's the same thing you said last time. Let's pay for a hint. No treasure to treat yourself to tulips. Okay. I don't know what that even means. Let's say food again. It's food. Gain 2 more fame, 5 more food. When does this end? Does this just keep going until I fail, I guess? This is a pretty interesting card, actually, if that's the case. Alright, let's say gold this time. It was gold. The hell, this is a really good freaking card. I'm just really lucky, I guess. Alright, I'm kind of ready for this to be over there. Let's try gold again. It was gold again. Healing potion. How do I keep guessing this? Food. It was gold. Okay, finally we're done. You feel something at the bottom of the chest, but what you withdrew was not food. Game over. Very well played. Fuck yeah, man. We got so much out of that. I don't think we have anything for sale anymore. Yeah, we don't. Alright, let's move on. Hey, General Store, what's up? We got money to spend. Ring of Defense. What does this do? Increase defense by 5. Okay. Just for free. I'll take it. And we have the Dazzling Blade here too, but we don't have enough money for it. We did before I bought that ring, but... let's see. Don't really have anything that's worth enough for me to be able to afford the sword. But I think it's one of the last things we have left in our equipment deck, so we don't have to worry too much about getting it here. As soon as we get to any other equipment draw, we're going to get it, most likely. So I think we're good. Great Traveler. This dude again. One day you come across a man wrapped in a torn gray cloak, sitting on a rock by the path through a sparse wood. "Greetings, mortal," Theophilus utters as you stop. "The next element of your magical salvation is approaching," he begins, without bothering to stand. "You will meet a traveler on the outskirts of the forest. Trade with him to obtain the feather of an angel. Do not reveal what use you would have for it. I would wish you luck." Theophilus sits quietly as you continue on. Not long later, you meet a dwarf, bristling with bags, sacks, and other knickknacks. "Let's trade," he suggests. "I'm sure we can come to a mutually beneficial transaction." Trade for an angel feather. "As it happens, I do have an angel feather that I traded from a kobold mystic in the western provinces. Do you need it for anything in particular?" the dwarf asks shrewdly. You begin the negotiation. Okay, card time. I need to double up this success card. Fuck no. I don't have my helmet on that reduces the cards. This one. Fuck. Redraw. This one. Yay. You manage to convince the dwarf that the feather is probably a fake, worth little more than a few beads, and the torn half of a map you find in your pack. We traded for some beads and half of a map. The dwarf is barely out of sight when Theophilus is suddenly beside you, saying, "That dwarf has never had such a valuable prize in his possession, and perhaps never will again. But now it is time for the spell to be completed." Theophilus takes the feather and adds it to the spell concoction. The vial gives a silent, bright flash, then returns to normal. "At last," Theophilus cries in excitement. "After all these years, I will be free." You lunge forward, reaching for the vial, but Theophilus is already opening it. Aw, shit, here we go. Huh. This is a very slow precision gambit. And why is there a small one? If it's not gold. "No!" Theophilus cries as you wrestle the vial from his grasp. "Please, mortal, you don't understand. This is my only chance for freedom." Ask that he explain himself, drink the contents, or give it. Explain yourself. "I was like you once, full of purpose and an inflated sense of destiny," Theophilus says bitterly. "I dared to stake my soul on a card game. Oh shit. I have been enslaved since before the Empire formed, before even the Dragon Slayers waged their war. I have seen and done things that would drive you to madness. Without that vial, I shall suffer countless lifetimes more." It sounds like we needed to get through this chapter, but it also sounds like the good thing to do would be to set it free. Maybe he'll still help us after we give it to him? You know, with these chapters, we gotta try and be the nice guy first, and if it doesn't work out for us, then we'll be the asshole. Let's give it to him. You give it to me willingly. I do not know your every deed and exploit, hero, but I do know that this is the greatest mercy you will ever perform. Theophilus drinks the contents of the vial. "I now have one last game to play that I may win my freedom," he says as he fades away. Gain 2 fame. I sure hope that helps us later. Because now we gotta go see this guy, who I'm almost 100% certain now is the devil. You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. "You say that another of your friends is in peril," Lord Apollyon marks. "How fascinating." You relate some detail as to Estrella's situation. "We live in dangerous times indeed," Apollyon says, shaking his head. "How goes your quest to save Estrella?" "Do we need help or change the topic?" "We haven't tried doing that yet, so let's try it." "Of course," Apollyon says. "Shall we discuss your past exploits once more? Tell me more about that ogre you encountered." You talk at length of your adventures, and before you realize, several hours have passed. "I must attend to some pressing business now, but please, visit any time and let me know if you ever need assistance." Okay, so that's just like saying no, let's do it later. "We need help." "It is no trivial thing you wish to gamble for this day," Apollyon says, looking concerned. "Even I cannot sway the Emperor's decision on your friend, and helping you intervene would be tantamount to treason. Perhaps if you win, then I could give you the means to rescue your friend," he concedes. "But if I were to make such a gamble, then you must risk something equally significant." Apollyon leans forward, fixing you with his gaze. If I win, you must serve me until I release you. Or until I die, of course. Apollyon smiles softly at the suggestion. Well, champion? Apollyon asks, clearly eager to begin the game. Are you willing to gamble one life for another? Hang on, let me put this on my head. Alright, let's do it. Apollyon smiles wickedly and deals the cards. Hey, asshole. These are all failures, you dick. Okay, Ariadne's skill's not going to be any use to us here because she only duplicates a card. Alright, well then let's fail this gambit. Because it doesn't matter, then there's no successes in here. And now you are mine, Apollyon says, standing. He gestures for you to rise, and you feel unnaturally compelled to do so. Follow me, hero, and we shall see what mischief we can put your talents to now. Apollyon leads you through a door etched in strange symbols and down a long, long set of stairs into darkness. Your old life and the fate of the Empire is left behind forever. Challenge failed. Huh.
The impossible seems out of your grasp, at least for now.
Well then, we failed. I was really hoping that dude would come back and help us at the end there, but I guess that's not how this chapter goes. We have to be a little bit selfish there, I guess. Alright, well, I guess that's the end for this week. Because I don't really want to go through all that again on the same stream. What time is it? It's been about an hour and 15 minutes. I think we'll go ahead and end the stream here for now. And maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll put up another stream and we'll run through it speedrun style and make the correct choices this time. Because I don't want to put it off until next Wednesday. I want to go ahead and move to the next chapter on Wednesday. So, yeah, just keep an eye out and we'll be back probably tomorrow. Maybe around the same time, maybe not. Not really sure. But hey, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll know when I go live. How's that for a plug? Anyway. So yeah, we'll see you next time, and we'll give it another shot at the devil. See you guys.